make a move. If you want to get into the college football playoff, you've got to win big games right now, and we have a clash of ranked opponents coming up in this one. Welcome to the home of the Florida Gators, Ben Hill Griffin Stadium, better known as the Swamp. As we'll see the number 16 team in the country, the BYU Cougars, taking on the winners of 6 straight, the Florida Gators. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, here with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get this thing rolling. BYU ready to put a foot to it and get this game going. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. So Florida's offense will dial up the first ball plays in this one. And are we ever lucky to see these two great quarterbacks in action here today? And Jesse, it won't be long before we'll see them squaring off on Sundays.
Yeah, and these guys can both stress a defense for similar reasons, and we've seen it all year long, right? Both guys have tremendous arm talent, and both guys can hurt you running the football as well. So these defenses are really going to have to be careful with how they try and defend these two quarterbacks, David. This one could come down to which guy has the ball last.
Yeah, which is really, really cool. A big showdown. They know what's on the line. Man, these are two huge names, grand.
There he goes. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37. Mr. Two-Bits would be proud. The Gators standing up and hollering for a first down.
How's that cheer going?
Well, first you have to have the yellow shirt and the striped tie and go 2 bits, 4 bits, 6 bits, $1, all for the Gators. Stand up and holler. And they'll bring him down after a short pickup.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
Just gets rid of it to the running back underneath. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49. The Gators are marching down the field. Little touch pass to the receiver. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. They're dealing with a second and long. Dropping back, it's Miles. Pocket breaking down. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be third down. Trying to pick up a first down. Just keeps slinging it. Got his man downfield. He's loose down the left side. And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, Gator!
You're the better team. You're playing at home. That's the way you start a football game. Putting a drive together, getting 6 on the board, taking the lead. Nice start by this offense.
They get set for the point afters. We have the first score of the game. And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. They march 79 yards on the drive. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Cougars offense will have its first possession of the game. And we've got a superb matchup to watch here, David. One of the best quarterbacks in the country. And how much will he be willing to challenge one of the best corners in the land?
Well, and it's going to be more interesting to me, Jesse, do they let him make it? Like, does he choose to go after him and believe in his ability and believe in his matchups, or do they stay away from him? Because a lot of people stay away from him. He's that good out wide that you don't want that smoke. And I'm interested to see, Jesse, if he has the onions to go after the corner and try to make plays.
Well, one thing we know about him for sure is he's a believer in his own arm talent. He's the kind of guy that thinks he can fit the football into the smallest windows, but you're right. He's got to pick his battles and be careful when he decides to attack this guy because he has picked off some really good quarterbacks in the past, and you know he's just licking his chops, hoping for a chance today.
Zings it complete to the right. And he's brought down after a nice game. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Cougars have it with a 1st and 10. To the air, it's Russ. He's got him. And they pick up just a few on that completion. This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. Wants to go up top. Fires to the tight end. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49.
Got like that big, reliable security blanket. And that's what tight ends are a lot of the times. They're just usually big, huge guys that if I throw it anywhere near him, he's going to pluck it, catch it, and give me some positive yards.
Got a little space. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
I love when defensive backs come up and they are physical and they stick their face in the fan and they aren't scared. Talking to the defensive coordinator coming into this game, he knew his DBs had to tackle well. They had to get these running backs on the ground. Great start on this first drive.
Back to pass. And just left that pass short. Not enough juice on that one. When you reach this point in the season, these types of games, top 25 matchups, really determine whether you're going to be a contender.
Yeah, and really show what you're going to be the rest of the season. How are you going to finish strong throughout the season? You know, the first part of the season, now getting to the middle of the season, Palmer, getting a chance to show what you're about so you can finish strong.
It's a resume builder, no doubt about it. And really, there's been so much anticipation building up to this top 25 matchup. So which team can control their emotions, I think, goes a long way in who wins this one.
They kick it away on 4th down. And they'll let that one go, and it'll roll out of bounds. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. The inside handoff. Nice move, creates some space. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a 1st down at the 37. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Might as well give it to him again.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
It's a draw. Picks up the 1st down. They finally wrestle down the senior, but not before he picks up some valuable ground.
We got all these fancy pass plays and all these fancy formations and shifts and motions and all this stuff you make me think about as a defensive guy. And then you slip that in. Really nice job by the offense, hitting you with the draw, with the unexpected. Nice job getting a big game.
Got 3 on 1st down at 2nd and 7. Oh, and they'll try to catch him with a pass. And they won't make the connection, looking to make a big play there.
Yeah, just not able to connect that time with his target on the in-breaking route. Got to have a little bit better rhythm. You know these windows are going to be small over the middle of the field, and that's why you try to put some extra mustard on it, but I think that time, that's what forced the incomplete.
Wants to throw. It's Miles. Fires to the big fella. Putting together a real scoring threat here as they pick up the 1st down at the 36. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Off the play fake on 1st down. He put it out there for him, and this senior gave him a chance, but they couldn't make the connection. So now it's 2nd and long. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Setting up the screen. Finds a crease at the 20. Gets it inside the 10. Out of bounds at the 9 after the big pickup on that one. The Gators started this drive backed up in their own end, and now they've moved into position to score. They'll leave it with him. He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Here comes the heat. The pass falls incomplete, and that'll be the final play of this quarter. We've come to the end of the quarter, and it's Florida on top. We've put one in the books. Let's have a look at our game summary. So they go back to work after the break, and it is third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Looking for the score. Knocked away, incomplete, and quarters get tight in the red zone.
And it's a good job by this defense, man. You drop back, you play really smart, play sound. Understand, there's not a lot of field to cover, and they couldn't fit the ball in a window. Good pass defense.
And the Gators need to pick it up on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Down he goes, and the defense snuffs out this drive with a sack. He's got the tight end.
I'll tell you, I love the play call on first down here. You're just trying to find an easy completion, and the shortest throw on the field for a quarterback is finding your biggest target, and that's the tight end. Nice job.
Pulls and fires it complete to the right. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one. The noise is deafening, trying to make sure only the Gators get out of the swamp on third down. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Man, this sophomore quarterback unleashed a cannon on that one. Quick release on the RPO. Brings him down at the 48. It's a gain of 15 and a first down. And the Cougars have this offense rolling. Gives it to the back on the draw. Not a whole lot of progress made there on the short run. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Play action. Got him downfield. Breaks into the open. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down. And that big gainer on the last one has them threatening from inside the 10. Keeping it on the ground on first and goal. He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here.
Well, we know this defense is one that plays with a lot of pride, right? And part of that is their ability stopping the run. They're a top 25 unit in the nation when it comes to stopping the rush, and that really helps them out down here in the red zone. They're going to have to step up big time in this situation.
And a flag comes in as this one falls incomplete. Let's see what the call is. You don't see that penalty too often, but we see it here, an illegal forward pass. Third and goal, and let's see if they can even operate in this noise. Looking to throw, it's Russ. Under fire. Trying to find the end zone. Touchdown, Cougar! The finisher, the exclamation point on that drive. Backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost. No problem.
When you start in the black zone inside your own 20 coming out, it's difficult. You can give up a safety. You get worried about that. But the offense puts a great drive together. Great job executing. Great job getting a touchdown.
He wisely lets that one bounce through the back of the end zone, and they'll take over at the 25. The Gators sending the offense back to work. That last drive was promising at times, but stalled out, and they turned it over on downs, Jesse.
I think they got to do a better job here, just being better early in the downs. On first down, finding positive points.
Yeah, and it's frustrating when you move the football and get stopped on the other side of the field and get no points. But they've had some success, and I like the aggressiveness. They just got to cash some of these drives in.
looking to throw on first down. And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line.
Well, when the offense goes empty, that triggers the defense to want to blitz. The linebacker came that time. They couldn't get him blocked, and down goes the QB.
Oh, he's ready to take a shot. And it falls incomplete, but that could have been disastrous. A defender was right there.
As a quarterback, this is going to be a very tough game. You're going up against one of the top 20 units in the entire country. They know who your primary target is. They're going to be keying on him just like they did that last time, forcing the incompletion.
Offense breaks the huddle on third down. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Quarterback moving. Oh, he loves to fire downfield. Lots of green grass as he gets it to the 31.
And that is a big-time play for the offense. The defense knew coming into this game they had to keep this guy bottled up and keep him in the pocket. That didn't happen there. He was able...
Turning it on! And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down. The Gators are in the hurry-up.
And the offense has a little bit of success, and what do? They push that turbo button right back on the line, ready to run another play.
Tough run gets it into the red zone, and they've knocked him down at the 17. Trying to cap this drive with the pass. Hauls it in. They get him stopped at the 5-yard line, but it will be first and goal from there. The Gators didn't start this drive with great field position, but they have moved methodically down the field. Got it set up on the outside. They'll mark him down at the 2. The excellent execution on that throw and catch.
This is the area of the field defensively. It really doesn't matter what they've done to get here. You got to blow up, try to force the field goal. Nice job on that.
And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Florida.
And that is exactly what you want from your offense. Man, late in the half, you want to execute and then punch it in physically on the ground. Take the lead going into the half. Take all the momentum. Nice execution on the drive by that offense.
On the move from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So they start this drive from inside their own 20 at the 19-yard line. Now they'll run the draw. The draw draws nothing except a swarm of tacklers. He's stopped immediately. After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. May not be the most memorable play of the day, but it's important as he gets him out to the 25-yard line. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. The encroachment. Penalty on the D gives the offense a free 5 yards. A costly penalty for this defense gives them a 1st and 10. Unloads quickly. At the 45 on his way. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. The Cougars, after exploding for that huge run, back to work. Looking downfield, it's Russ. Takes the easy one to the back. Oh, he's got some space. And he found all kinds of room and got it down to the 28.
And that's why for the offensive coordinator, you've got to find as many ways as possible to get this guy going. Just get him the ball close to the line of scrimmage. Doesn't need to be a throw deep down the field. He's so dynamic when he has the ball in his hands. You saw it right there.
They'll get him out of bounds and mark it at the 21. The Cougars can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Back to throw, time running short in the half. Touchdown, BYU! Snagged in the end zone to give them 6.
Man, that is picture-perfect execution by this offense. That is how you close a half. Chewing up some time, getting in the end zone, a chance to tie this up and feel really good about yourself going into halftime.
Looking for the tie with the extra point. Well, you could draw a line in the middle, and he would have hit that thing. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Dynamite matchup today, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. Louisville is trailing right now, but let's be honest. The program that turned out Lamar Jackson should never be counted out of any game. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Cal. This one has actually kind of exceeded expectations. Always a memorable chapter in the book of college football.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line.
And they've been waiting for something good to happen with respect to getting after the quarterback, right? They're outside of the top 100 in the country in sacks per game, but finally now you see they're generating this pass rush. 3 sacks on the game so far.
Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football. This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? Finds a tight end. Touchdown, Cougars. A great catch and run for 6.
And the offense breaks the tie, takes the lead, gains some momentum. How big is this, Palmer, now going into the half with the lead, with the momentum?
Well, they break the tie, but they also break their confidence a little bit now. The opponent now has to go into the locker room probably down, and they're wondering, what adjustments do we have to make? What do we have to fix? Because we've got our work cut out for us in this game.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. Now you find out just how much of a gunslinger you are. Will you roll the dice here late in the half, David?
And you know the defense is going to be really, really conservative, so I think it's an opportunity to be able to take a shot, see how much of a chunk you can get before then you decide really, Jesse, how you want to finish the half.
Just can't turn it over and throw a pick if you're the quarterback here. You've got to be so smart if you're going to be aggressive with your decision making.
Oh, they're after him! And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Looking downfield, it's Miles. Rushes on him. And he scoots his way to the first down and then slides to avoid the hit. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Just enough time for one final play of the half. To the air on first down. Now he's going to break the pocket. Unloads to the wideout. The pass falls incomplete, and that's how we'll finish this half. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
All right, guys, you've been calling a magnificent game there in Gainesville so far.
And the Gators will kick it off to start the second half. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The BYU offense headed back out to go on the attack. They got plenty done through the air in the first half, and we'll see if they even need to look for balance as we start the third quarter.
Well, and I think defensively, you understand, like the running game isn't a big part of the plan. I wonder how they adjust and play more coverage to this pass-happy offense.
Yeah, so you're going to have to be ready if you're a quarterback, then. You're probably going to see some different coverages. You might see a little bit more blitz in the second half as well, so you have to know where your answers are.
That's what I'm talking about. That is how you close. And when a guy's going to make a catch, you make sure he doesn't make it. Physicality, using your pads, running through him. And guess what? Not only this play does he feel it, next time he tries to go over the middle or feels footsteps, this will pay dividends.
They know how dangerous this guy is after the catch, and boy, oh boy, they set their hair on fire and caused a wreck on that hit.
They sure did. You got to be careful, too, because they sold out on that hit, and if they'd missed, that tight end was going to be able to advance the football, but boy, oh boy, this defense playing physical.
This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return gets a little bit of ground for the offense. The Gators sending the offense back to work. Running back searching for a hole. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Well, there was just nowhere to go for the runner on that last play. Just way too much penetration up front, and as a result, they lose yardage.
Looking to fire. Get it out on the screen. And he never had a chance. As soon as he caught it, the defense was right there. Now facing a 3rd and long. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Got it in the middle. It's Carter. He gets it to the 38-yard line, and they'll pick up a fresh set of downs. The Gators will have it 1st and 10. Leaves it with the back. Three wideouts to the right on 2nd and 8. Wants to go up top. Snagged out of the air. Won't back down from anyone. Delivers the blow and gets it to the 29. The Gators really need to keep this drive alive on 3rd down. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Gators! Extra point here will tie the game. And they did make the extra point, and we have a tie ball game here in the 3rd.
Man, these ball carriers, they've got a lot of ability in the open field. Their ability to make people miss, but also show off the speed. You saw all of that on that play.
From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. BYU has it back. The Cougars ready to get into that playbook. They didn't get much done the last, and the ball's out there after it. Offense scoops it up and still going.
Woo. Deep breath, right, man? You fumble that thing, you cough it up, you're like, oh, I really appreciate you, brother. I can't tell you how much I thank you because the coaches would have been all over me, but big-time break for the offense.
And the Cougars have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. The RPO, fire complete to the left. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
I know a lot of people are going to look at that play and say, man, that was a bad play. It didn't gain any yards. But that could be the offense maybe setting something up. The play caller's going to remember that last play. He's going to remember how the defense reacted to it, made a quick tackle. They might pump that throw and then hit another player vertically down the field for an explosive play down the line. Just keep that in mind.
BYU will bring the punt team on the field. He'll take it on the return. He gets a block. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. How about the way they attacked the last time they had the ball, mixing run and pass and winding up in the end zone, Jesse?
That's why recruiting is so important. They've got weapons at every skill position on the field. Any of these guys is dangerous if they touch the football. Let's see what they do on this drive, David.
And so, Palmer, I got to take away something. I can't let...
There he goes! Finally brought down at the 31. It's a pickup of 15 yards on the play, and they've got a 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. To the ground, he's got it again. After the pickup of 9, it's 2nd and 1. And the Gators with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. From the gun, the ground game. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Gators come to the ball trying to pick up this 3rd and short. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Florida! And that one will give them the lead.
This defense is going to have to do a better job being physical. That's 2 rushing touchdowns they've now allowed. They have got to be better close to the line of scrimmage.
Ready extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. On the run from inside his own 5. Good job by the coverage unit to put a stop to that return. The BYU offense headed back out to go on the attack. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, hoping for better fortune this time around. This drive will open from the 15. Try to get the edge with a quick touch pass. Finding an escape route. Oh, a lot of space. They finally get to him, but what a play there to pick up the first down.
This defense really needs to be careful, and they have to play with great eye discipline, understanding where the football is at all times. Moving forward, they have got to know if this guy has the ball, because he is dangerous in space.
And he's able to shed one tackle, but still, just a very short gain. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Hand off from the shotgun. Breaks into the open. Rams him with the stiff arm. And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way. Touchdown, BYU!
Man, I am a great play caller when I can hand it to guys like that, and he can go that far to the house, create big plays. He showed you a little bit of vision, showed you a little bit of burners. When he kicked it in here, he got the long touchdown.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. The goalpost breathing down their neck as they're backed up in their own end, starting the drive from their own 1. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
Wants to fire on 2nd down. Caught over the middle. It's Connors. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
QBs, when you see zone coverage, man, can you manipulate defense when you have a good pocket and you've got time to throw. You had a little bit of time to throw. You can move guys with your eyes. That drag comes wide open. Good throw, good catch, first down.
As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. To the air on 2nd down. Well, the quarterback can make a big play when he starts moving around.
There's an example of what happens when the quarterback doesn't have a chance to set his feet. The pressure just forced him to have to work off schedule a little bit. And I think because of that, wasn't able to be as accurate as he wanted to be.
Throws to the tight end. Catch in the middle. It's Carter. Now they've got a little room to work with. They're out to the 28 with a first down. What a ride. It's been through the first 3 quarters of this game. We are all tied up. Let's check out some stats. So first down will open up the final period. They'll go to the ground. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
And how about that defense in the backfield? Nowhere to go right away. You could tell they were playing the run game all the way, and they got in the backfield and got the tackle for a loss.
They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. He's looking downfield to throw. With the catch, it's Connors. Oh, he didn't get there, and what a stop against an offense that's been magnificent on 3rd down. A tie game here late, and they do not want to give up this football. They'll go for it on 4th down. He's going to take off. He's not going to get there. Stopped short on 4th down. Great place to start for this offense. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Pressure coming. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. To the air, it's Russ. Finds his back in the middle. Touchdown, Cougar! They move on top here in the fourth.
And that's why this running back is so dangerous. He's not just handing him off the football, but he's a weapon in the passing game. You see his ability to catch it, turn upfield, make people miss, and find the end zone.
The extra point is good, and now in the fourth, they're up by a touchdown and an extra point. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. And as the ball makes its way into the end zone, it'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. The Gators sending the offense back to work. They're in a precarious spot here, that lofty perch in the rankings, hanging in the balance unless they can do something to save themselves here.
Don't you love energetic defenses that fly around, that make things happen? The ones that get in the backfield, the running back tries to go somewhere. Where do you want him to go? There is nowhere to go. Nice job by the defense, creating the tackle for a loss on first down.
They'll stop him just short of the first down marker on the screen.
Hey, man, sometimes you get the perfect play call at the perfect time. That time the defense blitzing, offensive line allowed everybody to run upfield, and they slipped in the running back screen, and behind it, there was nobody there to make a tackle, and this offense generates a massive play.
The Gators will snap it on 1st and 10. Looking to throw on first down. Grabbed over the middle. It's Carter. Stopped at the 47 after a 10-yard gain. Big drive for this offense late, trying to tie the game. They pieced together a couple of first downs, and here they come again.
Man, these plays are really, really simple. Really easy to run. I like it. Just drop back as a quarterback, see the big fella, wait for him to get open, hit him, get a nice positive gain.
Going to swing it on second down. Punch it out of the air. Turning it on. And you can see the offense just feeling itself. They've got it down to the 21. Good job by the receiver there, not to run into coverage, but to find a spot that the quarterback can throw him the ball.
Yeah, on those types of routes, Reese, they say if you're looking, you're booking. So if that's man coverage, the receiver's staring at the quarterback all the way across the field. That time, the receiver didn't give the quarterback his eyes, so they were on the same page. They both knew it was zone, and they executed that perfectly.
He's got it and still on his feet. And he motors into the end zone. Touchdown, Gator! Setting up for the extra point and the tie. And he needs this one for the tie, and he's got it. We're locked up in the fourth. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them.
I love it. Nice play call, nice design. Get the ball to your speedster and let him do the rest. Try to find a way to isolate guys and get matchups, and you did it with your running back, slash receiver there, and he did the rest.
Looking to pass, it's Russ. Finds his man in the middle. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. The clock has stopped, and we've reached the 2-minute timeout. Line getting set on second down. Quick completion to the right. On the move at the 30. Across the 35, out of bounds at the 36, and a really good pickup as they're starting to move.
This quarterback has been really good today. Has been on top of it, seeing things really, really well. That pass right there put him over the 300-yard mark. That's a pretty good day.
Looking downfield on first down. It's caught downfield. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49. Wants to throw again. Under heat, and he gets rid of it. Not much of a chance. Just had to get rid of it to avoid the sack. Behind the chains now on second and long. his way down to the 28.
And they've trusted their QB to throw the football. And he's going to have to make plays. He's made plays throughout the day. This is now when you come up clutch in a big moment when your team needs it. If that's any indication, I like what I'm seeing.
And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground.
And this offense doesn't have very many runs left in them. They try to sneak in the run. Nice job by the defense making the tackle. But they've got to try to maximize their time, maximize their plays to try to get some points on the board.
Back to pass on second down. Using the quick game. He steps out of bounds, but he's got enough for a first down. Huge moment coming here as they try to quiet this raucous, crazy crowd. From the red zone, he's going to throw it. I don't think that's the way they drew it up. Incomplete.
This really has been a masterclass by the quarterback with decision-making, right? We've already seen him throw multiple touchdown passes in the game. He's understood when to take his shots and when to throw it away when things aren't there, like on that last play.
This crowd even louder now on second down as they try to hold on. Off the play fake. This time he's got his man. Makes a grab at the 6-yard line. It's first and goal. Guys, this is the kind of finish we hope for. Tie game. Offense with a chance to grab the lead in the waning moments. Timeout called here by the defense. It's their first of the half. Fans are bringing the noise on first and goal. Looking to throw, it's Russ. Got the completion, but nowhere to go as that defense reacted quickly.
You know, as a quarterback, you believe in your matchup. And in my running back, if I can get him the ball in space, he's going to win a lot of times. He didn't that time. The defense was ready. Nice job in the open field making the nice tackle.
Looking up top, and time is of the essence. He'll grab the throw to the sideline and step out of bounds after picking up a few. Now third and goal and tough yardage to cover here. From the gun, wants to pass. And the pressure will get there. The sack. Down he goes in the waning moments. That could be a costly play. So here we are on fourth down, and this field goal kicker is going to face all the pressure in the world. And he curls that thing just inside the left upright. There's a lot of celebrating going on over there after taking the lead, but there is still time on the clock. And there will be no return on this one as the ball bounds into the end zone. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. And they only need a field goal, and they have to manage the time wisely here.
Yeah, I think you want to manage the clock, Reese. Be smart with your timeout situation. Know where to attack, Jesse, on the field right now.
Yeah, generally you want to attack with your best players. So get them in matchups that you like and get those guys the football.
That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a first down at the 43. Wants to go up top on first down. Just couldn't find an open man. He'll get rid of it, and it'll be second down. No time to waste here. They've got to get set and pick up chunk yardage. Back to throw, and he needs to make a play. Trying to escape and get it himself. Stopped at the 46-yard line, but give him 10 yards and the first down. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line. Grabbed in the middle. It's Carter. Ripping through the defense and getting it all the way down to the 24-yard line. Wants to throw on first down. Couldn't find anybody to throw to. He'll just toss it away. It'll be second down. This game will come down to this. A field goal try to save them. They get the timeout call with 7 seconds left on the clock. Here comes the field goal unit as they'll try to take the 3. This to tie things up in the final minute. And this one is perfect. David, Jesse, they find a way in the waning seconds to tie it up. And we're all square as he's set to kick it away.
I am not always the most positive guy towards kickers. We all know that. But how about that, man? First opportunity in the game, in the fourth quarter, when your team needed it, the game now tied because of his foot.
4 quarters not enough to settle this one. We're headed to overtime.
And these teams have played so well, back and forth, evenly contested game. How about a little free football, Jesse?
Yeah, I love this, David. Free football. Finding out which of these two teams is the most mature. Who can settle down now with the game on the line and make the big play.
All right, guys, so here we go in overtime. And just to refresh everyone's memory, alternating possessions starting on the opponent's 25.
And it's so nice to be on defense first, to set the tone, to understand what you need. Try to hold them to a field goal. The offense knows they can do their job to go out and get a win. Just 2 possessions, Palmer. Like, you got to be at your best.
Yeah, and I love the new rules, too, because in the third overtime possession, it goes to alternating 2-point plays. Back and forth. Who's got anything left in the tank here in OT?
We'll get it started here in overtime. Back to throw, it's Russ. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Looking to fire. The screen, he's got wheels.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times they'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it's still a positive game.
Now to keep this overtime drive going on 3rd and short. They'll stick to the ground looking for the marker. Picks up enough to give them 1st and 10 from the 13.
And I just love when guys know exactly where the sticks are. You could tell, ran with purpose, finished through the sticks, and got just enough for the first down.
And a nice job up front, too, right? Good communication. Everybody knew where they had to go. Hat on a hat, work the double teams, and get some push.
It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. From the gun to give, looking for room. Relentless, tough running gets it down to the 4. Just a couple they need to pick up here on 3rd and short in overtime. They'll try to get the first through the air. And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10. He is a menace rushing the passer, career sack number 20.
I mean, some people just have a knack for getting to the quarterback. What a great job throughout his career. Getting there, getting him down, getting pressures. He has been a quarterback's worst nightmare.
I was just going to say, David, you don't sleep well as a quarterback the night before you have to play against this guy because he is going to sack you. That is a guarantee. Death, taxes, and sacks for that guy.
Down by a field goal and a touchdown will win it. Let's see what they've got on first down. Looking to throw on first down. Looking down the middle. Got his man all by himself. Touchdown, Florida! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
Forget about those tight ends, right? They come up and they block most of the time, and a lot of time near the line of scrimmage, and then occasionally offenses do a great job, get creative, find a way to get a good matchup for the tight end, and he does the rest and gets in for 6.